All codes unite in a footy frenzy every night of the week. New South Wales Premier Rugby, club rugby at its best. Victorian Football League, the hottest action from the VFL. Queensland Rugby League, hard-hitting, powerful and pacey. Western Australian Football League, fierce competition, fiery footy. And the top matches from the South Australian National Football League. Late night footy, every night on ABC2.
And welcome back to Clive Berghofer Stadium in Toowoomba, where Norths are leading Toowoomba by 20 points to 16 at half-time. And a fascinating clash here. It's still anybody's game. And as Warren and David were pointing out, the Clydesdales will have the breeze behind them in this second half, and it can be significant, and you can see it can be pretty cool as well. And it is a somewhat wintry day here at Toowoomba, but it hasn't stopped the fans turning up to watch their team in action, despite the breeze. It's hard to get a little bit of sunshine. Hopefully you can get some sunshine and good footy in your part of the state. South Logan are playing Wynnum Manly today at Brandon Park at Acacia Ridge. There'll be a cool old breeze blowing across Brandon Park, I'd reckon, today. At 5:30 this afternoon in Townsville, North Queensland take on Redcliffe, and that's a really important game. And indeed, the winner of that could end up winning the minor premiership. The Comets play Ipswich 7:30 tonight at Rockhampton, and Tweed Heads against Burleigh, the local Gold Coast derby. And what an important one it is. If Burleigh wins it, they might still be able to sneak into the top 5. The Tweed Heads in a good position at the moment, and that's at their home ground. There's plenty of other interesting sporting action coming up as well. Immediately after our Queensland Cup coverage, the highlight show in netball, including the Firebirds who went down last night to the Adelaide Thunderbirds. And in our sports quiz program, Head to Head, is on at 5 o'clock. So a change of time for that. It's on at 5:30. And then our Super Series bowls, which is Australia against New Zealand, at 5:30 today. It's the men's triples, and it comes from Pine Rivers here in Queensland. So a real Queensland aspect to our sporting coverage this afternoon. Brett Seymour captaining the Toowoomba Clydesdales today, and they'll be receiving the ball in this second half. North's kicking off. Referee Michael Way says let's go. Second half underway, and nicely taken by Todd Parnell. Eyes on the ball all the time, and David Taylor, first touch of the ball in the second half after an impressive first 40 minutes. Across field, the big Dane Carlaw is trying to make an impact. Probably picked up about 5 or 6 metres. That would be about all, I'd reckon, from where the previous tackle had been made. But now that's a good driving run, and 10 metres gained for the Clydesdales. And I think that was Vivaga who made that run. Carlaw again, just short of the halfway. 20 points to 16 in favour of the visitors, the Devils. Seymour's kick finds Smith-Samow going across, getting an awkward bounce. So it was a good kick from Seymour into that corner, and they've followed it through well. Good kick and chase by the Clydesdales, and they'll be pretty keen to try and pin Norths down here and see if they can open the second half. If they can score the first try of the second half, it'll not only level the scores, but give them a little bit more confidence. Chad Leach to play it. Nobody seemed really keen to take that ball forward, but suddenly somebody does, and that's a tremendous run. Ryan Shortland has backed up. He's by himself, though, Shortland, but he's beaten the fullback, but had the ball smashed out of his hands by Deanan Kemp. Great work by Kemp. He might have saved a try there.
Yeah, he's going to call it a knock-on, so no, he's not. He's going to call it knocked down by Kemp, which is correct. So it's going to be a loose head and feed to the Devils. Great break by Shortland, and I think he came off Bond. Pressure on now, the Clydesdales.
Wayne Treleaven, the North coach, is down on the sideline with Warren Boland.
Wayne, though you've got a few changes from last week's side, the attack seemed to be coming together pretty well in that first half.
Yeah, got no complaints, mate. We've held the ball, 15 out of 18 or something, and we've held the ball and scored some good tries, mate. Very happy.
What's pleasing you most about the way they're playing?
Oh, just the variety in attack, actually. Isaac Kaufman's got us running pretty good, and when he runs with the footy, we look all right. So, no, I'm quite pleased at the moment, so still 40 to go.
Yeah, he looks confident, Kaufman, today. Bartlett and Tagatisi, they're hitting the line hard.
Yeah, well, Tag has been out it's his 4th game back. He's due to come good, and Bartlett's, he's got the ability, and he at the gel, he's only been here 2 weeks himself, see.
What's going to make the difference in this second half?
Oh, look, Toowoomba are a side that can get you any time, so we've got to be aware of the inside balls that they're throwing, and we get good field position. Yeah, we can score the 70 and 60 metre tries. We just got to hang in and keep at them, mate, and not let the pressure off.
And a chance here on the attack, and you're hanging in there to make the final still as well.
Yeah, just.
Okay, Wayne, thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Wayne Treleaven, the North's coach. They are just hanging in there, but they're a fair chance of a try here because they're pretty close to the line. Aaron Morgan to play the ball 5 metres out. Stoney is a dummy half, and finding Kaufman. Across field now, quick hands that go on to that man Bartlett. He's scored 2 already, and that's how close he got, just a couple of metres short of the line. Maybe this time, chance out wide, but no way through. Ball played on that far side, and a try. Has he gone over, but has he been able to get it down? That's the big question.
Held up.
Time out.
And it's Brenton Stonier who was held up.
Last tackle play too now, so they come back onto the 10-metre line. One more play in this set of 6.
Last tackle.
They're deep. Kaufman first receiver. They're going to little grubber kick. He went to the line. Pretty well read by Dan and Kemp though. So a disappointing end in some way there for the Devils. And really didn't ask the question. Here's the attempted barge over from dummy half. Just managed to hold him up. In the end, David Stagg was one of them. High shot there will allow the pressure to come off the Clydesdales. And that would be one of the few times in this match that a side has held out for 6 tackles. Well, not near their try line, but anywhere for that matter. Most times there's been a try almost emanating from each set of 6 or a lost possession.
Mark G, the Toowoomba coach, is on the sideline with Warren.
Mark, first the news on your 5/8 Joel Moon.
Yeah, no, Joel's got a bit of an AC problem. He won't be back for the day.
Won't be back. That certainly, caused a couple of problems in your organisation.
Yeah. We had a half-back on the bench, so in Paddy Dahl, and that most probably helped on the day. So.
Okay. The forwards, just generally, there were a couple of forward passes in this first half. Is that lack of time together with this outfit this week?
Most probably indicates that, yeah. There's a bit of timing out there, and obviously a bit of coordination as far as our ball players are concerned with our runners. So
when did you know you had Stagg and Carlaw?
Most probably Thursday night.
And here's Toowoomba on the attack.
A try coming up to Toowoomba, and it's been scored by Jamie Simpson.
Good work. They kept the ball. Just hold 1 sec, Warren, while we recover this try. Nice work to stand in the tackle and pop the pass back to keep it alive. And then they moved it quickly, the Clydesdales.
Well, Mark, you can take us through this one. Seymour turns it back inside.
Yeah, we came to the game looking to play a bit of footy and work on our offloads, and they come on the back of that. Jamie's a try scorer. Just like he's got it across fair enough.
Yeah, Jamie Simpson over in the corner. In fact, Wayne Treleaven said he told his team to beware of you turning the ball back inside. You've got one through the middle there.
Yeah, that's what we talked about at half-time too. So we got a bit of success about that in the first half, and yeah, we got another result there, which is good.
Well, it's certainly a good start to the second half. Mind you, the first half, Norths were opening you up down the middle.
Yeah,
and out wide occasionally.
No, they were, mate, and it started from the middle. We addressed that at half-time. Their work on the play the ball area was far superior to ours, and that's something we certainly had to address, and hopefully the boys can do a better job of that in the second half.
All right, Mark, we'll let you go. You've managed to beat the curse. You've scored a try while talking to me.
Yeah, thanks, Warren. Thanks, mate.
I'm sure he'd be happy about it. An important try because it levelled the scores at 20-all, and now Brett Seymour with a very difficult conversion attempt from the sideline, and he's got to allow for the breeze, and the breeze might be carting that away. No goal, so the scores are locked at 20-all between Toowoomba and Norths.
Little set piece that Seymour likes to use here. Turns it back on the inside to David Stagg, who does well to stand in the tackle, and Torrio then goes to the line. Nice work, Morgan, to get through and then pop it up there to Simpson. Steps back on the inside quite easily, really, and does it quite comfortably to score that try.
Good to have that reputation, wouldn't it? His coach said that he likes scoring tries. Have a look at this. This man like making breaks. Fantastic run again by big David Taylor. Up to within, well, up to the halfway, finally.
Just about got to be a penalty, hasn't it?
Boy, he's got to be up there, and you're thinking for man of the match so far, David Taylor. Jamie Simpson has taken it 10 metres now into North's territory. To Rio, Seymour, and finding a runner in Carlaw. Carlaw bursts into the open. The support's there. Can they keep it going? Luke Brosnan. That's the 10-metre line he's made it to. To Rio looking to the left, and he's going to keep it going to the left. To Seymour. Back inside. It's that man again, Taylor. David Taylor for the line. Can he get across? No, not quite. Boy, so close. To Rio. Seymour. And the long over-the-top pass, chance out wide for Kemp.
Forward, it's gone forward.
Ruled forward.
Well, a big long pass, hoping to find the mark. Dean and Kemp shaking his head there. All he could do was get a boot onto it. Seymour tries to pass it halfway across the field. He gets the distance, but was not just not a percentage play, and that's where Brett Seymour comes unstuck. He doesn't play the percentages. He doesn't play with precision.
Mind you, David, that must have been only just forward. I mean, he's carrying the ball. He's passed it on the 20-metre line. It landed about 1.5 metres in front of the 20-metre line when it's gone about 30 metres through the air. That couldn't have been much in that.
Breeze behind it. I agree with you, Warren.
And Dean and Kemp, he was playing on and he would have scored.
But Warren, you know what I'm saying about his percentage plays with Seymour? I just think he could play more percentage play, and not trying to curtail his flair, but you just can't take the heat off in those situations, and that's where Brett Seymour suffers.
I'm not arguing with what you were saying. I'm just saying that he might well have got away with that one.
Here's another break now by Franciscus. Straight up the outside. Looks on the outside. Comes back on the inside. Steps one, steps two, three. One more to go. Pass on the outside would have done the trick. Couldn't get it away. Good work, though, not to throw a silly pass. Good quick play. And a penalty. This will be a bin for sure. It should be a player going in a bin there. The referee should not stop that play, having made that bust like that without sending someone to the bin. This time, a Fitu, good quick play the ball as well, run out of dummy half, Stonier keeps alive nicely, pass up to Takatisi, he'll take some stopping, gets over the line and got it down. Touch judge is happy, referee happy, we've got to try, so they've still finished them off, and it just shows you how quickly this game can change from one end of the park to the other. And great break, good work in midfield here to stand in tackles and then get some good support play. There was a good interchange of close passing here. Kaufman goes to the line, turns it back on the inside. Bartlett flicks to Franciscus. He busts through, and then he starts doing his stepping. Looks on the outside, no support. Beats 1, 2, 3. Good tackle in the end by Dahl. And then the penalty came. No one in the bin, but they were good enough to score it against 13. Good quick hands. Tagatisi wasn't going to be stopped. That's his second.
There's a real look of confidence about that try from Norths. The way it was finished off, it didn't come to nothing, and there was no just deciding to try anything to score and to try and score the try. They just kept backing up, kept throwing and passing, and eventually Tagatisi was the man who was able to get over. Excellent stuff. So they go back to the lead. Jackson Nicolau. This kick looks better. He's got the 2 points this time, and it's now 26-20 in favour of the Devils.
Well, this was a very good try. 1 minute, Clydesdale's nearly in at the other end, and all of a sudden they come back. Lima, quick hands onto Tagatisi. Threw those hands very smartly. He's thinking front rower Lima, and Tagatisi there to finish it off. And the kick, all important, makes it 6 points. And they are back in the lead. 5 tries to 4 now, 26-20.
North just keep poking their bib in front. Oh, that was almost lost there by Michael Bond. But he managed to hold on to it. Ryan Shortland in a dummy half. He can be a danger player, Shortland, if he's allowed to play, but he's not allowed to play here. David Taylor, one of those stopping his progress, along with Torrio. Good solid run there by Afitu. He's a strong man as well. And lost the ball. So here's a chance for the Clydesdales. 30 metres out, they'll have the scrum feed. Great chance for them to strike back. There's been a lot of tit-for-tat so far in the game. Maybe we'll see some more here.
Stoney has knocked on a dummy half, but the ball came back to him very fast. It wasn't well controlled.
Player lying in the base of the ruck too, so could have gone either way.
There is still pretty level. 6 to Toowoomba, 5 to North. Here's Michaels. Michaels in open territory. Dean and Kemp, who nearly had his head taken from off his shoulders. He's lost the ball, and Ryan Shortland has come up with it for North.
It was Bond who came across to make that tackle. He put everything into it and dislodged the ball, so immediately got possession. Toowoomba, they've handed it back over. Michaels got into space, then pumped it to Kemp. The ball was stripped off him in a one-on-one. So another chance for the Clydesdales, immediately turned over to their opponents. They've done that too often. They've lost ball very early in the tackle count as Bartlett again flicks that pass back on the inside to Kaufman. They must be mates, these two, because they've interchanged. A little mousetrap play, run out of dummy half. Smith-Samo, I think it is. He's beaten a player every time he's touched the ball today. Very impressive. Orbison goes to the line, fires the pass out here to Shortland. Shortland stands in the tackle, back to Tagatisi. Tagatisi looks for a bit of support as well. Taylor gets in there to snuff that out. Certainly been some impressive attack today. Some beautiful interchange of passing with players doing it at pace as well. Orbison, little chip into space. Can't find the space though because Seymour rushes back to close it out. Must have been a good call as well because he overcalled the fullback there in Parnell to make sure there wasn't any confusion.
He just... He'll play it there. David Stagg at dummy half. Seymour changes direction. Straight through goes Seymour. He might go all the way himself. Instead he finds Parnell, and Parnell's over for a really impressive try. They couldn't do it previously, but they could do it at the second attempt. Good work by the Clydesdales, and now it's 26-24.
Brett Seymour putting... Only just short there, Trent Henry. Well, can they get across? There's a chance in this right-hand corner if they can clear it. Up here to Lima. Lima's popped some good ball today, but can't offload that one. Fifth tackle play. Can they get a restart of the tackle count? I don't think we've had one of those today either. Orbison to Tagatisi. He won't need a restart. He's going to score it himself. Tagatisi's third try. The big man, he does hit the line hard. He can break a tackle. And that's very effective last tackle play. None better. Tagatisi a hat-trick.
And Tagatisi still had a bit of work to do once he hit that line because there were 3 defenders there and they roll him, but he's just shows his own strength to roll back and ensure that he's able to get that ball down. It's fine to hit the line, but you know that the first thing the defenders are going to try and do is put you on your back so that you can't get the ball down. They'll accept you getting over the line, but they'll do anything they can to ensure that the ball doesn't hit the ground. But Tagatisi's so determined there and turned and put it on the ground.
Michaels, is it?
Seymour.
Up quickly to play it. This time Brosnan. There's Seymour. Seymour out there to Dahl. Good pass on the outside. This is Michaels. Right to Gully. He's got blistering pace, Michaels. And Stephen Michaels scores. So once again, some very quick handling of the ball and then put good players into a minute bit of space and they can do something.
Yeah,
look at the
it was Jamie Simpson on that far side who took the ball right across there, but now Seymour involved. All a lovely pass out to Michaels, and there was always a try on. Michaels just accelerated, and once he was able to put the hammer down, it was good night. And away it goes there. Good quick hands and long passing as well. That one in particular from Dool to Michaels put him in space. And Shortland, who's defended well all day, realised that he'd got outside him, tried to get across in cover, but was too late arriving. And Michaels scores the try. That levels it again at 30 all. It is tit for tat. What's going to come up first? The 2 teams level or one just in front as we get to full time?
Toowoomba have not scored 2 tries in a row in this game. They're back at, well, just about even steam. Well, what is it, 30 all now, so this kick could get them in front. But Norths are the only side that have put back-to-back tries, and they were good enough to actually put 3 in a row on. So every time Toowoomba have scored, they've let North score the next try. You can't afford to do that if you're looking to be sure of winning this match. And he's missed it. So we've got it locked up again.
but they're capitalising on that penalty. It's just a game of possession from here on. Whoever's got the ball is scoring a try almost at will, or certainly within the set. What about this bloke, Murphy? 23 years old, originally from Toowoomba. He's just under 2 metres and well over 100 kilograms.
Solid boy, all right. Scott Minto's pretty solid too. Look at that possession. Time in possession, 50%. They just match each other all round, apart from this guy, David Taylor, who's capable of anything, and a beautiful offload that's gone away to Dahl. Dahl into open territory. Support is there. Can they finish it off? Yes, try coming up, and the score is Parnell has got number 2. Todd Parnell, the Clydesdales fullback, celebrates, and finally the Clydesdales put back-to-back tries and hit the lead. It's 34-30.
A spectacular try, that one, from a great bust. Have a look at this, David Taylor, the 17-year-old schoolboy, busts through. Beautiful pass there to Dahl. He looks on the outside, searching for an opportunity. Perfectly back on the inside, then Simpson, and then up to Parnell, and he just put his ears back, just managed to control it across the try line. With Parnell backed up beautifully. But, well, David Taylor, you've just got to admire. He hasn't played a hell of a lot of field time today. He's played a fair bit, but everything he's done is with a touch of class. Have a look at it. Bit of a step, hand, get the hand off, just hold him off and get some support. Beautiful little short pass there to Dahl. And then back on the inside there to, I think it was Simpson, up there to Parnell. And he does well to score it. That is quite a spectacular try. They finally got back-to-back tries that will now get them back in front. It's been a while since they've been in front. The Toowoomba boys, you might have to go right back to, were they 14th minute of the game, I think, before, since they were in front. They've converted that one. You only got to be in front at the end, but there's still 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, they led 12-6. They scored a try either side of half-time, but this is the first they've done it back-to-back within a couple of minutes. And here is beautiful ball from the big fella, Taylor. Dahl hit it beautifully, at pace, perfectly timed run. Good support play looms up in Jamie Simpson, and more support comes in Parnell. They know that they can make a break. If they've got the support there, they're going to score tries, and they've got plenty of pace. But so often these days you see a halfback passing to a front rower, trying to help him break his way through the line, but that time was the front row. That was old-time front row, offloading to a smaller man with speed, hitting it through the hole.
And for a 17-year-old, the way that David Taylor, when he made that break, the palm and the aggression that was in the face, can you imagine a 17-year-old playing against the big boys doing that with so much confidence? There's something special about him, there's no doubt about that.
Jerry, he's made 3 attempted tackles fall off him, and I mean, there's got to be a hole somewhere. If you can knock 3 out of your road, there's got to be a hole.
And all you got to do for the rest of the team is be right on his shoulder, because you can be sure he was going to put you into open territory, and that's what Dahl did, and that's Dahl taking the tackle now. But it's the 5th tackle, a couple of metres now into North's territory. Seymour putting it high, but there's plenty of time for Smith-Samow. It'll be an eternity before the runners get to him, and so he's able to take it comfortably.
The combination of Dahl and Seymour as half and 5/8 has well and truly compensated for the loss of Joel Moon.
Yeah, I noticed Joel Moon has gone and changed out, as we heard from Coach Mark G just after half-time. Unfortunately, he's gone for the rest of this game, but I hope that he's back pretty soon, because he'll be an important player in the Toowoomba Clydesdales run into the semi-finals. That's if he doesn't get called back up to the big time, where he did fairly well for the Broncos anyway last week. Well, Lima not playing that properly, but the referee said it was okay.
Yeah, good decision.
It was. Essentially, he just poked it forward, but then was able to rake it back. Dean and Kemp now. The Clydesdales in front by 6. Can they hold on? Minto. Lots of experience for Scott Minto. Tackled on his own 30.
Scott Minto missed a whole heap of the season with injury, but he's back, trying to find his best form and keep the pressure on the Broncos' wing spot as well.
Jamie Simpson has done a pretty good job out on the right-hand side there for the Clydesdales as well.
Very sharp.
And here he is in a dummy half with the offload as they take it into North's territory. 10 minutes to go. This is the 4th tackle. Seymour. He's not going to kick. Taylor again. Oh, past to nobody that time. But picked up by Michaels, and Dean and Kemp is followed through. Michael Bond did well to worry him, and so that they lost ground. Now, last chance, and so the kick coming from Seymour for the corner. And Chad Leach takes it comfortably.
The little things the good players do that make the difference as they try and get on the outside straight away to Franciscus. The big man, David Taylor, they put it to him. They had plenty of players in and around him. He looked on the inside. This is a front rower to him. This is not a halfback. Looked on the inside to try and hold some defenders there. And then sure, the pass didn't go to the marker. I think he was bumped in the tackle. So he's got a very good awareness, Taylor, as well. He's not out of the mould of the 2000s front rower. He's out of the mould of the old days of the 70s and 80s and 60s when they were the ones that were doing the ball distributing and calling the shots. Orbison runs down a blindside. Lima's had a good game too, I think, the big man for Norths.
He only came back from France 3/4 of the way through the season.
Yeah, he's had a good game. Pass up this time to Kaufman. Kaufman fires it on the outside. Oh, punishing defence, Simpson. Beautiful work. Up there to Smith somehow. He's in a bit of trouble here. They come back to help him out. Back to Kaufman. Play on. Nice work to recover from that situation. Kaufman tries the little chip and chase himself. He's going to get there first. Nice work. Kaufman wants a descent. Good chance as well. Back there, Noonan Kemp. What a great recovery.
No, they've let him go.
Oh, he's going to be surrounded by about 6 of them. Almost went in with Tony Maxud in the video tent there for a moment.
Gee, there was some inexperience there. The first devil coming through here is let Kemp go. Or should have stayed on him. Shortland should have stayed right on him there to force the dropout, which they've eventually got. But that's a big play. Time's getting away here from the Devils. Remember, they have to win this game to stay in the race. Slim hope, but it's still a hope of making the finals. They needed that dropout.
Sure did. They got it from 60 metres out. Isaac Coppins had an excellent game. He dropped back there to help his winger out, or the fullback, who was in big trouble. Then his little chip kick, and then the second kick has provided this opportunity for them to square it up. Bond up to Lima, head of steam, bit of a step as well. Good low tackle by Doyle. In a dummy half goes Smith somehow. Good chase out of there. Surely he was offside the marker. Instead he was allowed to play on, but he's picked up 15 metres. Good chance if they can get a couple of dummy runners. Lima wants a second ruck in 3. Oh, he's going to try and offload. Just hung on to it. Very fortunate. Bond will be first receiver. There he is. Second man play on 2 of them. Up there to Kaufman. Kaufman to Franciscus. Try on the outside to Nicolau. Well, can we get a conversion? 36-30. The game continues to see and soar. 36-34 with the kick to come. 74th minute.
The big question will be, can Jackson Nicolau convert his own try? But here it was, quick hands out wide, eventually going from Kaufman across to Franciscus. Franciscus drew his man, open space for Nicolau. It was easy for him. He just had to put it down. As we see the pass going across through Bond onto Kaufman, away to Franciscus, who did well. He drew Scott Minto in, and that gave plenty of room for Jackson Nicolau. But now, what an important kick. Warren just was pointing out the fact that Norths must win. There's no ifs and buts about it. They must win or their season's gone. Even if they do win, there's no guarantee they're going to make the 5. But
sorry, Jerry.
They won't.
If they got a draw and got to 16 points, there's 2 teams on 20. They have to rely on East and Tweed to lose all their matches, and East have got a bye in the next 3. They've only got 2 games left. So they could still square it up with those sides, and it would come down to most number of wins or for and against. Norths haven't got a good for and against. Nicolau pushed it. He's missed it, I think. He's missed it.
Yeah, bad luck with the conversion, only just missing. They've still got a chance with 5 to go. Lovely football, wide from Bond to Kaufman. Gives it to Franciscus. Got on the outside of Simpson and therefore made it an easy pass. 2 against 1. Nicolau looked inside. He thought, I want to get back to the post, but because he knew he's the kicker. But he had 2 of the Clydesdales coming across. Seymour was one of them. They kept him in the corner and only just missing that conversion. So the Clydesdales still leading by 2.
And 5 minutes in the game. That's extraordinary how close it has been. The margin would have been no more than 6 points, would it, David, through the game?
Might have got to 8 at one stage, Jerry, I think. 20 points to 12 at one stage, but apart from that, it's been, well, tit for tat.
Lima now takes the ball out for Norths.
I can't see it being a draw now. You wouldn't think Norths would take 2 points here, so I don't think a draw's on the agenda. Somebody's going to win and lose today.
pressure is on Norths. They're the team that are behind. They're the team that needs the win. Mind you, obviously, it's important for the Clydesdales as well to come up with a victory here with the other two teams up the top playing each other this weekend. Now, here's a darting run by Kaufman. He's had a tremendous game. And he's lost the ball, but it's a penalty, ripped out.
Put the ball down, march your
That was crazy football from Simpson. I don't know why he was in there stripping here and so late.
One-on-one, he's thinking he could steal
yeah,
that.
okay, I suppose.
Tried a bit of quick thinking, but it's...
Well, in that case, the referee obviously ruled the tackle was already complete. Yep. Otherwise, it was a fair strip.
And yet he seemed to be lying free on the ground. The referee might have called tackled.
Well, the end result is certainly advantageous for Norths now because they've got a tremendous position, 30 metres out, Hansen to play the ball on the first tackle. Kaufman had to go to his knees to pick up that ball. They're suddenly going nowhere. Gone.
That's a bad pass. Disjointed everything.
But it's Smith somehow, who's amazing in beating tackle after tackle, and he gets them to within 12 metres of the line when it looked like they were going nowhere. Smith somehow found a way. Augustin offloads, and Bond is very close to the line. Just 2 metres short. As he plays it now on this right-hand side, Lima is big and powerful, but can't offload the pass, and that's the 5th. Now, Tagatese was there, but he was left out from Bond to Kaufman's put it down. That mistake might well and truly cost them as now it's Simpson again, Jamie Simpson on that far side. He's got a bit of pace too. Can he get Franciscus? Should have him covered. But he steps inside Franciscus. Holds on to him. What a game.
North's got in each other's road there. They were trying to get the ball out to Kaufman. Someone was in the road of the pass, made the hesitation. Bad pass ended up going low.
Scott Minto caught now, 30 metres out as the clock ticks down. Time might have run out for the Devils. And if the Clydesdales can score here, they can finish it off. Luke Brosnan.
Mark G there, the coach of Toowoomba, intently looking on. If they win today, they're a good chance to be minor premiers. And the game against North Queensland in the last round will be a ripper up at Dairy Farmers Stadium.
Certainly will be. Dane Carlaw heads for the line. He's 5 metres short. Wayne Treleaven. Both coaches out of their seats, wondering how it's going to finish. Seymour thought about the kick. And instead, David Taylor, has he broken?
Knocked on.
One-on-one, knock on. Strip, one-on-one, knock on.
Strip, but it was stripped forward. That's bad luck.
Good thinking by Nicolau to attempt that one-on-one strip on Taylor. Big man, but he's got the ball loose, just couldn't keep it in his arms.
I've seen those let go before. He seemed to strip and saw the ball ended up in that forward direction, but I don't know that he raked it forward.
Well, bad luck if that is the case, because that's North's chances gone now. Yep. Unless, of course, Toowoomba do something silly in the last minute and a half.
Don't rule it out, Jerry.
Yeah, the game has had everything, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Seymour feeds it. Pops the pass up to Simpson. He's been very elusive as Simpson, Jamie Simpson, takes it to about 12 metres.
The Devils need the one-on-one strip here.
Well, intercept even. The Toowoomba don't have to score to win this. David Taylor keeps it alive out to Scott Minto. Minto scores. Well, David Taylor again keeps it alive. Pops it to Scott Minto. They've sealed it up now, the Clydesdales. And once again, the big man, David Taylor, the young kid, down the blind side, pops it to one of the more experienced big players in Scott Minto. Hasn't had a lot to do today, Minto. Have a look at Taylor again. Change of direction, strength. Flick pass. What can't he do? Minto acrobatically keeps his feet in the field of play.
Great work by Minto, really. I just saw Matthew Bartlett seem to be going right off, and I thought, did Minto actually get this ball down okay? But there's no doubt about the fact that he did, and he got it down over the line and reaching out. And Scott Minto scores the try, reminiscent of the try that he scored against the Melbourne Storm a couple of seasons ago for the Brisbane Broncos in Golden Point extra time. And that enabled the Broncos to win that match, and this one has sealed the win here. It was virtually there anyway, but it's made it 40-34, and it's used up all the time. And the North Devils will not be playing, you would imagine, in the semi-finals this year. A pretty good kick from Seymour from the sideline. He's converted the try, and so the Clydesdales have defeated North 42 points to 34 in what has been an entertaining game of attacking rugby league. No doubt about that. And how about that young man, David Taylor, remember the name. We're pretty sure as long as he has a career that's not riddled with injury, that we will see a whole lot of him, and the Brisbane Broncos, I'm sure, would be pretty happy with the way he has played here this afternoon. David Taylor, one of the star players, but there have been plenty of them in this Clydesdale's lineup. Seymour captaining the team today, Brett Seymour, and that'll be a great fill-up for him. But at full time, Toowoomba has defeated Norths by 42 points to 34. We'll be back shortly with the man of the match.
Man of the match today, only a young kid, 17 years of age, still a schoolboy. Dave Taylor, well done, mate. Tell us a little about what happens in your week. They tell me you're still living up at Yeppoon and come down to Brisbane each week.
Yeah, mate, I'm at Brendan's and I go to school Monday to Thursday, then Friday I get on the plane, fly down and fly back Sunday.
Mate, how come you get school off Friday? How does that work? It never happened in my day.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Look, you had a great game today. I mean, you're up against a good side in North. They had some good attack as well, but I thought you guys hit back well.
Yeah, mate, we played really well today. We had a little bit of a slump in late in the first half, but we come back in the second half late.
And mate, you already had a run with the Bronx, is that right? You had a game with the Baby Bronx there in mid-season?
Yeah, against Rabbits. Fortunately, we got beaten.
Yeah, how'd you find it though, that step up in pace?
It's a lot different, Just going from schoolboys to NRL is a big step.
Mate, what are you weighing at? You're a big lad.
115.
115, and you're obviously fit at that as well. Mate, what about your skills? I mean, you've always been a guy who can pop the ball around a little bit. You certainly popped some good passes today.
Yeah, just practiced over the years. Just working off now.
I read there too where you set up a try last week, a little grubber kick as well. So is that in the repertoire?
Oh, I don't know. I just wasn't really thinking. Then just put it on the boot and come off.
Well, mate, I was very impressed today. It's great to give a front rower a man of the match. Well done, Dave.
Thanks, mate.
And I've got with me North second row, Matthew Bartlett. You've only been with the club, about a month, coming up from North Sydney, but they played with a lot of spirit today.
Yeah, they have, mate. This is my fourth game up here, and yeah, the boys give you effort every week, and they work really hard. Just probably a few little 1%ers that let us down a little bit, but the effort's definitely there, yeah.
You played very strongly, scored a couple of tries, made a couple of good surges through the forwards there, but I guess at the end of the day, so close but not a win.
Yeah, that's right, mate. I'd give them all back for a win. It'd be good to have a win, but yeah, not to worry. We can't make the semis, so we just keep working well and just keep trying to put good.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of players on the field today in both teams who would be looking at playing in the NRL in a couple of seasons' time, and you probably went up against a few of them today, like David Taylor, for example. How did you find handling him?
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's only a young bloke too. He's 17. Jeez, I hate to play him in a couple of years, but yeah, he's a fair handful to pull up. He's a good player.
Well done today. We hope we see you again in the Queensland Cup, if not maybe with the Storm.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks very much, mate.
Good on you, Matthew.
Well, some